What's up, you guys? This is Santana from Team Final Turn. I'm here to bring you guys another deck profile for you guys. This past weekend, I went to a ARG Circuit Series in Hartford, Connecticut, the capital where I'm from. And luckily enough, I got top 8 at the event. And I got my invite to go to the Invitational in the Philadelphia Expo Center in Philly. So, all I wanted was the invite. I never expected to get top 8. I played with the most comfortable deck that I was with, that I had. Jesus, can't speak. And that's the biggest advice I can ever give anybody who's ever going into this game or wants to be better at this game or anything like that. Just play what you're comfortable with. You'll have more fun, and you know the deck inside and out, so yeah. But before I even go on to the deck profile, I did top 8 with D-Robos. But before I even go into that, I want to say thanks to my buddy Jason who drove me over there. Really nice of him. Without him, I would never even been there, so I would never got my top 8, and I would never got my invite. Thanks to everybody who places it with me during the week. I got scraped in playtesting, by the way. I believe I two out of my 20 matches that I playtested with all the meta decks that were around. So I was very surprised I did so well at the tournament. Before I even go into the deck profile, I want to go into my rounds. So round 1, I played a Link Joker player that from my locals that I know, and he's a really good player. We played before many times, so I'm happy to see that he was there. Fought him. We had some good matches. I ended up just break riding and just went like that, or with the Leon. So he did do the Blaster Joker. It was not a Chaos Breaker deck. It was a Blaster Joker deck. And he did the Blast Joker thing, and he locked all my rear guards. And yeah, he kept legioning. He guarded early on, which is good, so you can legion everything back in the deck. And yeah, so he kept locking and everything. But my Vanguard came in eventually, and there was one turn where he didn't get to lock, and I +6'd, and yeah, and that spelled the doom for him. So round 2 was Genesis, another guy from my locals that I know. Unfortunately for him, he did write. There was a discrepancy with his deck list. He forgot to write 2 cards down, and he ended up getting a penalty for it. And the penalty was he got a game loss. So I only had to win 1 game, and I unfortunately won the game. So I ended up 2-0ing him due to a technicality. But the game that we had, he played Genesis with the I forget what that card does. The Doom combo. I think not Doom Brace, but I know it was it's a card. I can't remember the name of it. It kept standing back up. It kept getting power, and he kept soul charging a lot. And I don't think he realized it, but he was going to deck out after the turn where he did all that. I had enough to guard because I plussed already, and I believe he had around 4 cards in deck, 4 or 3 cards in deck, and he knew if he took one of these, I knew exactly what the 4 cards were because I believe there were the 2 stand trigger and I believe 2 of the grade 1, and the 2 stands were already at the bottom. So I believe that's what I believe it was, and he knew that he couldn't take any one of these damages because a crit would kill, and he already had he didn't even have any perfect guards in hand. All he literally had was a 10k, a grade 3, and then 2 5ks. And he's like, "Yeah, you win. There's no way around this." So unfortunately, I won that matchup. That just really sucks. I do it sometimes too. I forget sometimes to write anything on my deck, but my deck list. But I usually do it the night before, so I learn from my mistakes by doing it that way, just so I can already have it ready and then just give it to them. So I'm 2-0. Round 3, I get paired up against a Messiah player, and it was his first big tournament, and I believe he got top. I believe he got his invite. I don't know. He didn't get top 8. I don't think so. But he's a really cool dude. I'm excited to see everybody back that I met over there at Philadelphia. all my friends actually getting the invites, I believe. So we're all gonna go there. So, but from the match that what I can remember, I didn't give him any counterblast, so he couldn't do his skills because I know when you stride, you need all the Link Joker stuff needs counterblast. The Messiah stuff, he did counterblast, and he wasted all of his counterblast. I believe he was at 3 damage, and then I just went up break riding and critting him. And game 2, he realized what I was doing, and then he stopped attacking my Vanguard, and he started going for the rear guards a lot more because he couldn't lock anything, but he started swinging with rear guards more, and that actually does work. And unfortunately for him, he caught on a little bit too late. I ended up break riding and then just winning the game. But really cool dude. It was a position where he had a perfect guard in order to unflip some damage at least to get something off. And it was just one of those situations where you have to really think about the matchup. And if he made me think about it, he made me work for it because necessarily I had to think during that matchup, and that was just a way that I just found to get out. So really good games from him. I don't remember your name. I know I had you on Facebook, but I don't remember your name. But shout out to him because he did get his invite. So. Round 4, I'm currently 3-0, and I face... What did I face round 4? I always get these mixed up. Round 4, did I face... round 4 I faced a Grand Blue player, and I never had any experience with the deck, Grand Blue. I know the 7 Seas Grade 1 Rush in and out, but I don't know the Night Mist deck. And when he flipped it over, I knew that it wasn't the 7 Seas because it was the Ghosty starter. And I was like, damn, so it's not 7 Seas Rush. And he used Night Rose's skill and everything. I never got a chance to playtest it, so I don't know that matchup. And it combos really, really well. It's actually very, very consistent. Ended up rushing him down to 3 damage. And I was like, I broke ride. And no, I didn't break ride. My bad. I didn't even break ride. I strode. He ran out of counterblast, so he needed counterblast, damage, so he can counterblast. And I strode, and I hit when he was at 3. I hit crit, and it was like, damn, I lose because all the heal triggers he already had in hand, or they're already in the discard already. So unfortunately for him, he got double critted. And third game, it happened again. He got double critted again, unfortunately. When he was at 3. So he lost to that. I luck sacked that matchup. And, at the same time, I kind of wish I didn't because it was going to be a learning game because I didn't know that matchup and I knew that eventually I was going to have to face it again. Because I did see some players playing Night Mist. And I was like, well, this will be a learning thing. And I'm probably going to lose, but as long as I learn the matchup. But that didn't end up happening. He told me what a couple of strides did, from what I saw. And then that was it. And then, really, really cool dude. Once again, he got his invite, so I'm happy to see him. I believe he's the brother of the Messiah player, so really, really cool. After that, let me see, I played against, I was supposed to play, round, I want to say 5. Yeah, round 5, I am paired against Jason Lee. I know Jason Lee. He won our cash prize tournament about 2 months ago. And, he's a good player. Back then at the tournament, he played Gears. I thought I was going to face Gears, and I was like, crap, I don't know how to play against... I knew how to play against Gears, my bad. All my place-kicking matches have not gone good. And I'm like, well, this is going to be a loss if he plays Gears. And when he flipped over his card by accident, and I saw it was Grand Blue. It was a Ghosty card, and I was like, huh, so he's playing Night Mist as well. So he's probably going to win. If I wasn't sure that he was gonna be winning with Gears, but I know definitely now he's gonna win with Grand Blue, and I'm like crap. So this is when I lose, and we get a repair. Apparently something was wrong with the system, and I didn't end up facing Jason. I knew that I was gonna have to face him eventually, because he's a really good player, and he'll probably go undefeated. But I end up getting repaired, and I end up repaired against Joshua Kelly. Josh is another person that I know from our cash prize tournament that we held, and he was playing. He played Chaos Breaker at the cash prize tournament, so I expected him to play Chaos Breaker again. which he did. And I actually saw him earlier in a match playing Chaos Breaker. Once again, really good player. He actually ended up top 8ing with me at the event. And Josh told me early on that it didn't matter about the rear guards. It actually mattered about the vanguard. And I didn't understand what it meant, because I kind of needed my rear guards for the Laurel play, and I knew I was going to get shit on my rear guards. But he played Chaos Breaker, and I actually ended up winning. I actually ended up 2-0ing him because of my vanguard, because I kept broke riding, or I kept riding into Die Leon and just attacking and winning, because I ended up rushing him early on in the game, and then by 3 damage, and I broke road and he couldn't do anything, or I end up hitting crits early, and then that's it. So I see in the sense that way, but once again, really good player. He kept triangle locking me. He kept doing everything he can, popping my laurels, popping anything that got me power. And yeah, I did end up plus 6ing, I think, one of the games, and that did help me a lot, so I can not do defend all of his attacks. But yeah, I ended up winning that 2-0'd, and yeah, we knew that at 4-2 you were gonna get your invite. But you would have to go 5-1 or better to get your top 8. So I was 5-0 at this point, and during my sixth round, I had to face Jason Lee, because we were the only 2 undefeated players in Swiss, and unfortunately we can't ID anymore in ARGs, which is fine. It's fair. I have no problem against that. So we played it out, and it wasn't gonna matter who won or who topped. Not who won or who lost, my bad. We were both at the top. So Jason did his stuff. I believe I ended up winning game 1 because of luck. Either I broke road and I successfully hit it, and then game 2 he beat the crap out of me by doing combos, and the same thing. So yeah, so good game from Jason. I learned. So I learned what the deck does. He kept going off with combos and stupidness. That deck is very consistent. I actually like that deck a lot. I actually think I might build it, but you might see. I want to take away from this baby. But yeah, so that deck is very good. And I ended up going 5-1 in Swiss and making top 8. So I ended up going, I think, 3rd overall, which is pretty good. And we go into top 8, and I sit down. I know basically everybody in top 8 except for one player. I know what everybody's playing too, except for one player. And I get paired up against that one player. And when I sat down, we shook hands. Stand up Vanguard. We flipped over our cards. And when I saw what he flipped over, my heart just crumbled, because I knew this was the end. He flipped over 7 Seas, a Grade 1 Rush. I know, when I saw the starter, I'm like, this is 7 Seas, Grade 1 Rush. I know it is. And it was. In top 8, we were only playing for, I think, $25. If you go, I believe, 5th through 8th, get only like $25. And then top 4, we're playing for $100, for $400. But then if you wanted to split, you can split, so everybody gets 100. So what happened is, Jim, the guy who was running it, Jim McMahon, shout out to you. You were the best. He said, top 4 players. So it was me and 3 other people. Since we got top 4, like in Swiss, we got to choose if we want to go first or second. And I didn't know what the deck was. We had to choose before. So I said I would go first because I feel comfortable that way. And when he flipped over that, I'm like, crap, he's going to go off and he's going to get to attack me. And he did. He went off. He got me to 3 damage early on. I try to guard as much as I can without guarding a lot so I can rush him. And I wasn't able to do that. I didn't draw enough. I didn't draw the right cards that I needed to do. I ended up drawing like triggers. And I was like, well, I can lose Laurel next turn, but I'm going to have to take his Vanguard. And I'm at 4 damage, and he ends up critting me again. Critting me. Just not again, but he does it again in the 4th game. I mean, the 4th game, Jesus, the 2nd game. And I end up losing. Game 1, he got me to 4 damage, he critted me. Game 2, he got me to 4 damage, he critted me. And I was like, damn, each time I knew I was going to have to take the Vanguard hit, and every single time it was a critical. I was like, damn. Well, that was it. That was going to be it. You know, I only wanted to get my invite. Like, this was the most important thing to me that weekend, because I wanted to get this invite, and I wanted to go, because last year I did get my invite, but I never went. And people told me it was the fun, it was the best thing they ever did, the competition was very, very good. So I want to experience that. And I got top 8, I got my mat, I got my invite, and I'm getting $25 in store credit. And yeah. And everybody that I know that were with me topped, and I was very, very happy. A lot of my friends topped, so maybe we'll do like a hotel thing, or maybe we'll do like a vlog thing together. But now it's time for the deck profile. Let's show you what I played and what interesting things I did. So first off, the starting Vanguard's going to be Dice Shoot. Put in a soul. Your Vanguard gets plus 4k, and when the attack hits a Vanguard, you get to retire one of your opponent's Vanguards. So, pretty good. Next up, we have 4 copies of Great Die Kaiser. And his skill is when he gets a critical. And if your mate has a crit, you can counter blast 1. Each time you reveal a grade 3, you can choose one of your opponent's guardians and pop it. So really, really good. So it combos with the next card that I'm about to show you guys, which is 3 of the Break Ride. When you Break Ride on top of him, you can counter blast a Dimensional Robo unit, and he gets plus 10k and a critical, and he has the skill. Whenever you reveal a grade 3, you get to pop one of your opponent's guardians. So as long as you break right over here, you have 3 or more in the soul, which you should unless you run to Laurel. But then you can always put your starter in the soul, or you can put stuff in the soul by using Die Bazooka. But as long as you have that, you get the skill. Basically, you get to counter blast 1. For each grade 3 you reveal, you get to pop 2 units. So really, really good, because they have Perfect Guard, they'll G Guardian, you can take both of them out in one counter blast. So yep, and with just one grade 3. And then we have the 2 mates for the Legion. You don't really, you will never ever use these except if you have to go fight grade 1 rush. That's what I was using it for, so I can just break raid, and then they would have to take the crit, and they would probably lose. But that never happened in top 8 because I got critted. Anyways, we have 4 copies of Die Bazooka. When you drive check this card, he counts as a grade 3, and you must soul charge him and unflip 1 damage. And he also gets plus 2k when he's on rear guard, as long as you have a Die Kaiser Vanguard. So he becomes 11k attacker, which is pretty cool. So that's why you only run the 8 grade 3s, and you run 4 copies of him. So basically you're running 12 grade 3s in the deck. We want 4 copies of Die Jet. His skill is Generation Break 1. Once per turn, you can put a grade 3 back into your deck, shuffle, you give your Vanguard plus 4k, and when your Vanguard attack hits your opponent's Vanguard, you get to counter blast 1 and draw a card. So he gives you the plus. He also gives you pressure because your opponent doesn't want to let you take that hit. Take the hit, and as well, you get to put your grade 3 back in the deck because so you can use for your strides later on, as well as the Break Ride. And next up, we have 3 12k attackers. I ran this because I want to do magic numbers with the Laurel. So even if my opponent got a trigger, he would be a 16k base, and I can still swing with this boosted behind Laurel if they didn't let me hit with Laurel. So, yep. I am probably going to take these up for 3 copies of Die Lesson when it comes out. Next up, we have 4 Perfect Guards. Dimensional Robo Perfect Guards, so I can use them as Counter Blast for the Break Ride. You don't need the unflipping in this deck. You already unflip a lot already with Die Bazooka, so yeah. And the main card that I love in this deck is 4 copies of Commander Laurel. I don't feel 4 cards too cloggy. I feel 4 is just perfect. I want to see this card every single game because this card lets you +6 without any draw triggers. Because he has a skill. Whenever your Vanguard hits, you get to rest 4 units, and then you stand your Vanguard back up. So basically, I would swing at rear guards. Just when it hits, you swing at rear guards, use a skill, stand them back up, then you swing at Vanguard, and then it's just crazy because if you're doing this with Leon, they're gonna let it hit regardless because they know you have a lot of grade 3s left in deck. If anything, they'll start counting your grade 3s and they'll know that you have a lot. So with Leon skill, like it's gonna let it hit, and if they do guard it, they're wasting guards for the guard that you have to guard again because it will eventually hit, and they're wasting cards already for the second attack. If you know what I understand. So like they're dropping hand for the first attack, and then if it hits, they're gonna have to drop hand for the second attack, or they're gonna let it hit again. And if it's one with a crit already, it's done. It's just GG. So yeah, 4 copies of him. 2 copies of the 10k attacker. This is personal preference. I ran this because of 7 Cs in it, just to rush my opponent. Because early on in the game, you want to rush your opponent down to 3 damage. So that when you break ride, you're using that break ride off, and it scares your opponent. So yeah, just 2 copies of those. These could be for anything, but I just use this for the rush and for the 7 Cs grade 1 rush matchup. And then 2 new cards that I teched in were 2 Yukas. And her skill is Generation Rank 1. When you drop this card on a rear guard, you can get your Dimensional Rumble Vanguard +4K. So it's really good. For the other card I teched in my G-Zone, which is X Tiger. So basically, you can call her, let X Tiger get +4K, put her behind X Tiger, and then swing, and she'll be at 37. So he'll be at 37. So that means X Tiger will get the quadruple drive. So pretty good. And for the triggers, we run 4 heals, 4 draws, 4 of the crit that goes in the soul, which means it will only go in the soul if you dry check die bazooka, and basically it means you can soul blast this card, and your Vanguard gets +3k. And then, well, I didn't even realize that. So 4 copies and then 4 copies of the crit. So I run all Dimensional Rumble crits. You can run, instead of these, you can run the 4 Cosmic Hero crits if you want to draw more. But you already draw enough with this deck, and you really don't want to deck out. Especially, you know, you have the quadruple drive in there as well. So yeah. So next up, we're going to go for the strides. And we run 4 copies of Die Earth. Die Earth is basically the first stride I go into. Counter Blast 2. And you search for a grade 2 and a grade 3, call in a rear guard circle. And if you have 2 or more face-up Dimensional Robo units in your G-Zone, it gets critical. And this is only a once per turn effect. So it's really, really good. It lets you get your pieces for your Laurel plays, and it also lets you thin out the deck for either triggers or grade 3s. So, yep. So 4 copies. Next up, we run 4 copies of Leon, and his skill is Counterblast 1. You get to flip 1 a copy of him up, and for each grade 3 that you dry check, you get to pop 1 of your opponent's Guardians on the Guardian Circle. So yeah, you really want to power him up, and he's really good game ender. Especially if you don't get the break ride off, but most likely you will get the break ride off. And he's also good to set up for the break ride, so he really has a really, really, really good consistency of either ending games or forcing your opponent for the next turn to end the game. So, yeah. I'm bad at explaining things, but it's easier if I show you. So we'll probably have a match video pretty soon, if anything. I've been trying to get match videos, but the places that we play at are just have like low lighting. But yeah, so we have 2 of these, which are the X Tigers. This is the card I teched in before these. These were originally, I believe, another grade 4. I can't remember its name. That when you put in the soul, you get to put a card. You counterblast 2. You get to put a card in the soul. Then your opponent gets minus that. I just can't remember the card's name. No, Dark Superhuman. Yeah, one of these were Dark Superhuman. The other one was an X Tiger. I just took out both of them and I replaced them with X Tiger. Excalibur, excuse me. Basically, Excalibur is counter blast 1, flip a copy of this. When you attack, this Vanguard is 35 or greater. You get to get a quadruple drive check, and if it's 40k or greater, you get to give 2 of your rear guards, your 2 rear guards in the front row, plus 4k for each fist of Gallop, so they will only get plus 4k. So I don't want to stand to the deck, so that skill doesn't matter. But if you want someone with this first at a rear guard, and then if he has 35k or greater, you can swing this at Vanguard, and you know plus 7. That's what that draws. But yeah. So then your deck out for grade 3s. Next up, we want 1 copy of X-Tiger, because X-Tiger is good, especially when I know my opponent doesn't have any criticals left in deck. I mean, not criticals, wow. When my opponent doesn't have any perfect guards left in deck. And yeah, for each face-up card in your G zone, it gets plus 4k, and then when this unit is 45 or greater, it gets a critical. So yeah, pretty good, pretty good. So yeah. Then 1 copy of X-Rogue. I don't really go into him unless they force me into a play where I can't use. I think I use this a lot in my Lane Choker matchup because I usually lock my 2 rear guards, so I can't superior call anything with Die Earth. So I usually just go into him, or I use him to use his skill to flip up another card. So, yeah. And then for the G Guardians, we run 2 Enigma Patriots, 1 Caribou. When it becomes a 40k shield, if your opponent's Vanguard is over 30k or greater, I believe. Yes, 30k or greater. And then 1 copy of Dismal because of not Voltage, VMAX are running around, and other matches, maybe the Mirror match, you know, or like the Chaos Breaker match, if anything. So yeah. So 4 copies. I mean, not 4 copies, but that's G Zone. The deck is really good. I like it a lot. The things that you could do with it are pretty cool. You know, plussing 6 is a lot, and a lot of things in this format, like a lot of decks only use the unflipping PG, and you can't perfect guard with the unflipping PG, unfortunately. Like rear guards, you can't perfect guard rear guards with the unflipping PG because it can only do it on Vanguard. So this was a really good deck to play just because of that fact. So you will almost every single time get a plus 6 turn. But yeah, it's a fun deck, and I love the deck. You know, a big huge Power Ranger fan, so yeah. So Justice and everything. But yeah, guys. What I would change in the deck when the stuff comes out from the next set, which is going to be probably in a month from now, I think March. We're already heading into February. Of course, I would probably change this into Die Lesson, and I would probably take out the X-Tiger, like this whole lineup right here, and replace it with Dimax, or maybe just put 2 Dimaxes, replace these guys, and just keep these guys here. Or you can just do 2 Dimaxes to this, or you can just replace it with all 4 Dimaxes. But I know these cards will come out, but these are just staples because this lets you superior call, this lets you guard break, and then Dimax will let you do more pressure and get criticals and power. So yeah, and Dimax with Die Lesson is just so good. But yeah, but being able to plus 6 at this format is really good, and you'll probably get it off multiple times depending on what deck you're playing against. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm pretty tired right now. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. This is the only time I can do this because of work. But I want to give you deck profile. I want to give you guys a deck profile of this deck because I think either later this week they will announce that I got top 8, and they'll show my deck list out, and I want to tell you the reason why I played the cards that I played, and I want to show you why. I want to tell you all my matchups and why this is a good deck. I mean, just play what you're comfortable with. That's the biggest thing. You know, I played what I was comfortable with, and look where it got me. There was one tournament where I didn't play what I was comfortable with, and my buddy, he played the exact same deck as I did, and he ended up topping that event, and I didn't, because I ended up playing Chaos Breaker, and everybody else was playing Chaos Breaker. There was this one kid who played Messiahs, and he beat everybody because everybody was playing Chaos Breaker. But my other buddy, my buddy, he topped because he topped 8. He topped 8 because of he just played what he was comfortable with. But yeah, and I actually took my own advice this weekend, and look where it got me. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I know this is a long video, but hey, you know, got top 8. You gotta see. You gotta tell everybody what you got, what was left. But yeah, so I will see you guys in the Philadelphia Expo Center on August 13th through 14th, August 11th through the 13th. My bad. And yeah, I can't wait to see you guys there. I can't wait to meet a lot of you guys. Shout out to Rich Harris for being really, really cool this weekend. Really, really funny dude. He really, really, really wants a rematch. I don't know why, Rich. When you beat me last time at States, we me and him played the same exact deck. He played Norakami, I played this, and he ended up beating me. And he wants a rematch. I don't know why, but Rich, we will do this rematch one day, and I will whip that ass. I'm calling you out, Rich. We will do this. We will film it, and maybe we'll put some money on the line. I don't know. Make it feel like something big. But yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting this channel. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Share it with your cousins, your mama, your grandmama. I don't care. Just share it. And yeah, thank you to ARG. Big shout outs to Jim. Because without ARG supporting this game, I don't think I would be even playing it. To tell you the truth, because what Vanguard is doing right now is stupid. But that's a whole separate video all in itself. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching, and peace out.